received my call to the ministry, I can reflect back to 1986. I had just gotten saved in 1984. I did not go and talk to my pastor about it till 1990. And during the time I talked to him, he was saying, just seek the Lord. Around 1998, that's when I came forth and I talked to my pastor a little more. But before I can get my words out, the pastor said the Lord has spoken and God has confirmed the ministry that you're going into. From that point on, I began to seek the Lord. What type of ministry? You know, when you call it ministry, you need to find out what kind of ministry it is. Because it could be a ministry of health. It could be a ministry of retail. And the Lord dealt me. He said, this ministry that I've given you, I'm going to birth it. I do remember that clearly. So around 2000, the pastor said, I'm going to openly acknowledge it. And he did. He openly acknowledged the ministry, that I was called to the ministry. But he titled it as a called out ministry, meaning God has called her out into the field. As the Bible said, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come. Once he did that, then he said, the Lord put in my heart to ordain you into the ministry. And myself and another brother was ordained August 3rd, 2000. From that point on, I started to seek the Lord even more. And the Lord dealt with me that the ministry is going to be the ministry in deliverance and healing. And so from that point on, the Lord dropped a name in my heart. First, go do your nonprofit as Augustina Frazier Ministry, and then he gave me, it is a breakthrough crusade, meaning it's a crusade that's going to reach out to all denominations, whoever needs the help in this type of ministry. Once I did that, the Lord dropped in my heart to go and talk to a pastor I did not know, to ask him if we can host our first service there. And I did. I called the number and I introduced myself. He said, who are you? And we went kind of back and forth. And then from that point on, he said, well, let me talk to my board and I'll get back with you on it. 2 weeks later, he called me. He said, you can have your first crusade service here. And that was in 2010. And we're going to give you the musicians, whatever help you need, we're going to help you. From that point on, WADL gave me a call back and said, why don't you do a commercial about the ministry? Went to the green room, worked with a producer, and he confirmed this is a ministry that God has given you. People of different walks of life are hurting. People are in need of some type of a deliverance. People are in need of healing. People say, well, what's the difference between deliverance and healing? Deliverance means you are being set free from something to move on in life. That's when the healing can take place. It's just like when a doctor brings in a patient and they break some bad news to him, which I work with a lot of doctors, and they tell me, unfortunately, you have this such and such illness. The first thing is giving them the deliverance, meaning being honest with them, because it's the truth that makes you free. That is deliverance. And then once the patient or the person can accept that there's something going on, then they can start the healing process. So it's the same way in this ministry that we use different techniques. Sometimes I'm counseling people, sometimes I'm laying hands, sometimes I'm just teaching them, sometimes I'm ministering to them, whatever the technique is, bring that deliverance. But what I found out that is powerful is that God is showing me to bring in other ministries, because people could be delivered from a song, as we saw on April 20th. People could be delivered through praise and worship. People could be delivered through the mind ministry, the dance ministry. It depends on the need in that person's life. And so that's what the breakthrough is about, is that people are going to get a breakthrough. I don't care what kind of breakthrough it is. Before they leave out that room, where we're having the service, God said it is a breakthrough. That means it's not going to come. It's going to happen that evening. So whatever that need they have, they're going to get it before they leave out that room. So that's why this ministry is so important. I want them to take with them hope. That whatever the situation that they're going through, they gotta maintain their hope. That's all this is about. You're gonna get a breakthrough. You're gonna get a breakthrough in whatever it is, but you have to maintain that hope.